Amor Sport, it was an organic transition from all the experiences I had in sport, my experiences in football, Special Olympics with the awards. So it was bringing on board all those experiences and the ideas I'd seen in sport, also merging it with the different industries I'd been exposed to, coming up with one entity, that is Amor Sport. The one service we are so excited about is the translation service. When sports teams travel outside the country, there's need for a translator, be it French, be it Arabic, be it whatever language, and Amor Sport comes in to do that. I think it was a matter of researching who else is doing that in the country, and we feel that we need to cover it. Also, introducing the concierge service. Myself coming from hospitality industry, I felt we need to merge certain industries with sport and commercialize them. Imagine Barcelona comes to Zimbabwe, who's going to take them around? There's a service we used to do called a tour of Harare. Imagine we taking them around Harare to the places of interest. Who's going to make the bookings? Who's going to imagine Serena comes to Zimbabwe? Who's going to have babysitting facilities for her? Who's going to take her to Victoria Falls? So it was a matter of certain industries merging to commercialize sport in Zimbabwe. Also, what we have seen abroad, how every industry is connected to commercializing sport. I think that has been the essence of Amor Sport. Branding is of important value to sporting industries, in fact any industry. And I feel in Zimbabwe, we need to package our sport in terms of making it attractive to corporates. Like we need partnerships, we need sponsorship, but then how do we attract those partners to come on board? So branding is very important. It could be an organization, it could be an athlete. Now we've got endorsements, we've got players on billboards. So I feel branding is very important to Zimbabwe. I'm very passionate about women and girls, and for my agency to be led by women, that on its own, I think it says a lot, because we live in a world where representation matters. So imagine a small girl looking up to me and say, if she can be in this industry and have an agency, I also can do it. I think our government has done a lot to include women. Like our current minister right now is Honorable Kirsty. We have Mrs. Chidakwa, we have Anna Mguni, so many women leading in sport. And I feel we need to pay homage to these women leading in such a male-dominated industry. Also, to do with coaching, I always give an example for women's coaches of the CAF A licensing. Only one person is a woman of the 72 trained CAF A licensed coaches. So I feel it's a gap we need to fill in as women. I often wonder what it is. Is it maybe the opportunities are lacking, or maybe those avenues have not yet been open to women? But I feel even as my agency, it acts as a clarion call to other women to come on board. Yeah. And also, I feel women have done a lot, have represented the country well. I always hear of the Golden Girls of 1980. We hear of the Mighty Warriors in Rio, the Lady Chevrons recently. So I feel the girl child is doing a lot, but maybe it's a matter of seeing more women faces in sport. And I feel Amor Sport is doing that. I always say, let's say, people often ask me, what do you hope to do maybe in 5 years? And I always say, we want to use sport as a vehicle to transform communities. So if 5 years from now, if we were to look back and say we've impacted lives using sport, for us that will be a plus. Also in bringing more women on board, I feel as a woman leading in such a male-dominated space is very important. For me, the FIFA program at Nelson Mandela was very important in shaping up my thinking around areas to do with sport management and commercializing it. The modules are quite diverse as to event management, financial. As a PR person, the areas I wasn't quite conversant on, like finances, like even just the exposure we had. I always talk about the Nelson Mandela Stadium experience, how it was, how it opened up my mind. The hospitality facilities, the bears that deal with the pests, everything, how everything comes to shape the match day, even the attention to detail. For me, that was very exciting. And also the practical ways they teach us. So also borrowing from the South African way of doing things, I feel we need to borrow some things from there to introduce to the Zimbabwean market.